Hi, dear students. This is Leonardo Alba, your teacher. Well, I'm here today because I want to talk about, or talk about passive voice and provide you with a summary of what passive voice is in order to close with this topic. The idea is that you pay attention to this presentation, and tomorrow we are going to do a couple of activities in order to close with this topic. All right. The activities of tomorrow are just to clarify and to make sure that you can use the passive voice using different expressions. So let's get started. The first part, the structure, what we must have clear here is that we can understand the passive voice is taking into account the active voice. We can see here that in active voice, normally we use people or names, or it can be pronouns, he, she, they, it doesn't matter. And so in active voice, as I told you, we use names. Here we can see different names, and obviously if you pay attention there are different tenses. In this case, Charles makes bicycles, it is present simple. In the next one is Albert Einstein invented the atomic bomb, so it is a past tense. And the last one is Mary has done her homework perfectly, so it is a present perfect tense. If we continue paying attention, so taking into account the active voice, we can make the passive voice. If you can see in passive voice, one of the characteristics of passive voice is that we have to start, or normally 95-96% we are going to start with objects, like in this case bicycles, the atomic bomb, and here the homework in the last one. Here we can see the passive voice version of this sentence. Charles makes bicycles. So in passive voice we say bicycles are made by Charles. The same with the second one. The atomic bomb was invented by Albert Einstein. And the last one, the homework has been done perfectly by Mary. So why I have these words in red, are, was, and been? Because in the passive voice we always, as I told you in class, we have to use the verb to be, depending on the tense. Like in this case is present simple, so taking into account that this is a plural subject, so we are going to use are. In the second one we use was because it is the representation of the past tense, and it is the atomic bomb, so it is a singular, so that's why it is was. And the last one, the homework has been, in this case, as we are talking about present perfect, so we have to use the past participle in this case. Something important here, and it is the green words. As you can see, they are in past participles: made, invented, and done. What we have to take into account here is that we always have to use first the verb to be, depending on the tense, and past participles. As you know, there are regular and irregular verbs, but we are not going to go deep on that. You already know what a past participle is, so be careful because you must know the past participles in order to make the passive voice. What is new here, or this year, because the passive voice is not something new for you, is the use of these structures that are in, or these phrases that they are in passive voice. It is thought that, or it was thought that is the past version. It is believed that, it was believed that, and it is said that, and it was said that. And we can complete with any of these expressions. So here we can see different examples. So we can say, for example, it is thought that you should eat healthy to live longer, or it was thought that you should eat healthy to live longer. But you can use these expressions or these phrases with any of these complements that show us also like some examples of passive voice, like in this case are known, in this case were designed, Yeah, so it depends of what your intention is. And last but not least, this is another part that we normally use the passive voice sometimes, followed by the infinitive, as we can see in this example. Pine trees are believed to damage the soil because they absorb a lot of water, but they don't produce anything. That's true. Canals were considered to be a useful irrigation system in the past. And the last one, huge amounts of vegetables are grown in the countryside to provide the cities with food. In this case, we are using like a complement here in between the passive voice structure and the infinitive, and that is possible. Obviously, it depends if you have to use a complement after this verb. In this case, it was necessary to make it clear, are grown in the countryside, okay? But this is the other new thing about the use of passive voice with expressions that I show you before, these ones, and the use of passive voice with or followed by an infinitive. So that's all, guys. You just have to pay attention to this presentation, and that's it. Tomorrow we are going to make some, to do some activities, and we are going to see if you understand or if you need to clarify a little bit about this topic. Thank you very much. Bye.